My beloved ones, in my teachings, while leading the living service at our temple, named after Creator, the Paradise Trinity, I am, I always stress that people should open up to Creator just to have experience of Creator Himself discovered within one's own self. So thus, today, I desire to explain to you what is just the state of consciousness, the state of mind while you are opening yourself to Creator. People might hear different explanations, that you should have belief in God, that you should trust God. But God is not an idea. God is a real personality. He has no material or even spiritual form, body, but He is the source and center of personality. And the source and center of personality for the whole of creation. Therefore, all personalities, be them in the identity of human beings possessing material form, material human body, or on a little bit higher energy level, soul form, which is called merontial energy form, or still higher, spiritual form, like being already spirits, what we might term as spirits. So all these personalities are capable of direct communication with Creator, with His personality, with Him as personality, and even as the source and center of personality. So by opening oneself to Creator, you have, as a personality, to deal with Creator's personality. And how to deal with Creator, because people mostly are too much scared to talk with the Father, with Creator. They do desire just to have a certain communion with some lower personality. That's why quite many of, say, Catholics address Mary, just Virgin Mary, and in a way presenting their petitions to her that she would address her son Jesus. And in His way, He would address His Father and pass your petition just to Creator Himself. But it's a very long way, even though it might be operating for some people once prayer is sincere, is truthful, and at the same time, this person who is praying, having his strong belief that this prayer will help him. He needs to say this prayer, and he will receive a certain answer, a certain response on the part of Creator Himself, even though this petition has been passed through some other personalities. While I'll teach those who desire to experience Creator Himself, experience Creator within, just open up straightforward to Creator. So by By being open to Creator, I mean that you as a person, as a certain form of life, of the level of personality, that you should address Creator by expressing, by pouring out all your inner thoughts, whatever you desire to express from within, you are welcome. Once you are sincere, once you are sharing your most subtle, mostly cherished ideas and thoughts, which you never dare to expose even to your best friend. Please share these ideas with Creator. Share your sorrows, pains, your joys. Share your worries, anxieties. Share all what you have in your mind that worries you, troubles you, that gives you, in a way, discouragement. And quite often, maybe you might feel that you are losing ground under your feet, that you feel that life is meaningless for you because one problem is following another, and still the third, fourth, and endless numbers of problems begin to oppress your mind, and your material life becomes nothing else but complete mountain of painful experiences that you don't know how to climb this steep wall which stands right in front of you and so close you cannot even see the very top of it. So even in this situation, you might receive assistance on the part of Creator. Just unload your burden to Creator. Tell Him, it is too much for me to bear, to endure this painful moment that has been lasting already for too long for my personality, for my body. If you feel some physical pain, if you experience some physical illness, or you might have experienced some traffic accident or some natural catastrophe. There might be different bitter circumstances. And your mind might be under a permanent stress if you feel that at work you don't know how to solve a certain problem, and that quite a lot depends upon a successful solution of the problem, and you are losing your confidence. And in this situation, you might regain your energy balance, your self-confidence. Just address Creator. Pour out your problems. Don't live within the whirlpool of your problems. You cannot raise yourself above problems. It is Creator. It is only Him who can raise you, who can pull you out of the whirlpool of all life problems. Just address Him. Don't be scared to pour out your inner self to Him. as a loving father and mother. There is no more loving and caring for you, father and mother, in the whole of creation. Just trust me. Trust my words. And test them. Test them by your life experiences. Don't be afraid to use my tips. Apply them in your everyday life. And the more sincere you will be while dealing with Creator without any fear, the more confident you will become as a person. The more successful decisions will be taken by you in every situation, and the better, more fruitful results you will receive. That's a natural law operating in creation and being given by Creator Himself, the law of cause, action, and consequence. Once you leave all your problems on the shoulders of Creator, or rather in His heart, all at once you will begin to feel that you regain peace within, that you are not being oppressed by that former problem anymore. At least the load is not that heavy anymore. And it is a real result or a real response on the part of Creator to your personality. He has taken your burden that you would be able to have a free breath and experience. There is enough of air in your lungs, and you begin to breathe much easier. Be it a physical breathing or mental, but your subconsciousness is being cleaned, and of course your consciousness begins to operate in a much lighter way. Your mind is relieved of tension, pressure. You become to feel your own self. You begin to feel your own self as the image of Creator, because Creator gives you nothing but peace and bliss. And once you address Creator with your own problems, and once He unloads you of these problems, right away you begin to feel peace and bliss within. And that is your experience. And that is evidence of the truthfulness of my words. And every word, every tip I give you, you might check in your own life by your own personal experience as personality. That's why I myself, being a personality, I do desire, while experiencing Creator's love within, to help you lead your life in peace and bliss without any problems that would be too difficult for you to experience all these bestowals, gifts upon you, each of you, by Creator Himself. Therefore, I represent Creator, the Paradise Trinity I am on this planet, just to render you a brighter light, a brighter future. Even the sound by the flying aircraft is also part of our life, because we are traveling around the world nowadays. We use these contemporary means of traveling. But that only shows that people have no peace within. They need to move from one place to another. They are looking for God knows what. While peace and happiness first has to be discovered within. And once you discover Creator within, you begin to feel this bliss and happiness which are being bestowed by Creator Himself. And you all of a sudden realize you don't have any desire to travel anywhere. You are happy in any place you might live. In any place you might live in. Therefore, planes might carry far away all those who have not yet discovered Creator within, who have problems, anxieties. They desire to change the venue for their living or for their leisure time. Klausau? Nesu namuose. Taip. Sorry to have been interrupted by this call. So I do want to address you again that once you discover Creator Himself within, peace and bliss becomes an inherent part of yourself. You cannot separate bliss and peace from you, because you are dealing with Creator without any fear. And He is giving you all these eternal gifts: peace, love, mercy, beauty, goodness. So all these eternal values become your own inner values that you base your living on. And the way you are applying all these eternal gifts by Creator, other people notice your acts. They notice that you are different than they are, because you become a true image of Creator. You become manifestation of Creator by your living in any place you might live in. That's why by opening to Creator, you discover not only Creator Himself, but you perform a quantum leap by an absolutely new quality of your life. As in this case, you begin to feel ever stronger the leading, your leading by Creator from within. And you begin to lean upon this leading by Creator. You begin to trust Him ever more, and you acquire an ever-growing self-confidence. How to build up your life the way Creator Himself has designed your life personally for you. No matter where you might be employed, you will begin to perform even your direct business duties in a different quality, without any deception, without any slightest desire to leave something unfinished in your job. You will complete it 100%. Each time you have to complete it, because Creator will be assisting you in doing your job. This is a different quality of your living. And your inner state of mind shall change. You will begin to develop cosmic insight within your subconsciousness and consciousness. So your subconsciousness will be cleaned from all polluting different thoughts, ideas that have been passed through generations up to this time to your nation and to you personally through your own different ancestors, even all the lineage of ancestors. You begin to represent by your deeds eternal values that you have been receiving all the time from Creator, but you have not experienced them until you opened up to Creator Himself. Therefore, by opening up to Creator is not some miraculous deed, but a sincere communion with Him. Once you leave your scare aside, put aside, and sincerely pour out your own self to Creator, your father and mother, and all your experience, all your different living shall give you ever stronger evidence that you are on the right path, which is called a living path, or rather the living path, as He is the only one living and true path bestowed by Creator upon the whole of creation, upon our planet, upon humanity, upon each of us. And we can receive it only by opening up to Creator, opening up sincerely, and that means with all your heart, which surpasses your intellect, surpasses your pure mind that keeps all information in. Of course, by saying you should open up to Creator by your heart, it's a metaphor. But that gives you some difference, that only mental approach is not enough. You need the sensation of your ever growing personality, or rather ever growing identity of the personality, that the communion with the source and center of personality is living and beginning to operate, beginning to operate on your part as you desire to commune with your father and mother. This is just so simple as ABC. Once you are on the living path, accumulating everyday experience with Creator, but it might be so difficult and obscure for all those who have never experienced a sincere communion with Creator, who do not dare to address Him. Therefore, my advice, sincere advice out of my heart, forget your scares, all your disbelief. Open your heart and pour out yourself, addressing Him directly. Father, I do desire to express myself to you. I've just heard on YouTube how Algimantas was teaching those who might be watching his video presentation that I might address you without any fear, address you by simple words. Yeah, of course, I have plenty of problems within my family, in my business. I don't know how to solve them. Or rather, I had a moment when I experienced some peace within, some even happiness within my family while dealing with my children. But this lasted only for a short moment. And again, I asked myself how to establish some communication with my children, that they would begin to listen to my words, because I do love them and I do want to help them. But quite often I feel as if they build up a wall which is invisible, but which is really interfering in our communication, and we cannot find a common language. So that's why all these issues give me a lot of anxiety, and I do desire that you would help me deal with these problems. Sometimes they become so oppressive and oppressing that it seems to me my mind might explode. I do not want to be blown up. Therefore, I do want to relieve myself by giving these problems, if you can take on your shoulders. I do want to ask you your assistance. So this is what I mean by opening to Creator. Just each of you shall find your own words once you speak out sincerely, out of your heart. Your heart will be speaking rather than your mind, and you will not have to think about proper words. Your sincerity, which is a trait of Creator's character, shall be leading you in this opening to Creator process. So I wish you Creator's peace and bliss to experience within, in your communion with Creator. Or if you are missing it, you shall necessarily experience it after your communion with Creator. I leave you with Creator's peace and bliss, and my brotherly and fatherly embrace upon you.